Welcome to my channel. Right now I am in the chicken coop. We've had a busy chicken morning. I did a chicken video that I'm waiting right now to go through checks. After it clears checks, then I'll publish it. But I thought while I'm out here, might as well do a live stream as well. Then once I go in, I'm going to do a video for the day. I hope you guys saw the one that I already published today this morning. Had to do with divorce, and it may not apply to you if you haven't been through divorce, but it was still a really good spiritual message, and I hope that you check it out. But as soon as my other chicken coop tour video goes through checks for copyright and stuff like that, then I'll publish that and give you the full tour. So I have no idea what I'm going to make a video about today. I may go on and do the next couple chapters of the book of Revelation. It'd be really great to get through the entire book, and just having looked at it so up close and using the Institute manual. Hey, Dayston, and hi, Zybarth. Got 12 people joining in right now. I guess a lot of other people are at work right now, so they can't be here. But here's the chicken coop. We got everything moved back over to this chicken coop. We have a smaller one. It's basically a shed, but we cut a door into it, made it a chicken coop, but this one's a lot better. I'm here. I work nights, laugh out loud. Oh, where are you at? Oh yeah, because you're not working. Door, Jared. That's our main rooster right there. He's basically the king of the coop. And we just picked up 3 new chickens. Those 2 up there. The one in the top in the corner is another rooster. And if you watch my video that I did that I'm going to put out showing the chicken coop and doing the full tour, he was fighting with our main rooster right there, which of course is anticipated because whenever you introduce any new chickens to a coop, they have to establish the pecking order, and so there's always fights and stuff like that. But as you can see, this is now the aftermath, and everyone's doing just fine. There's no fights going on. But the new chickens, we got 2 new roosters. That one right there, that rooster, and then that hen. They are new. As you can see, they're up high so as to not get in any fights. They were kind of outnumbered. But anyway, Glenda Wheeler, hi Jared. This is a chicken palace. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you guys. This is like a mansion. They should be happy. Zybarth, apparently others have them on the down low. Oh, because I missed a comment. Sherry Johnson, we are in a rental presently, and HOA prohibits chickens, so we can't have any, but plan on it someday. Well, I hope that day comes soon, Sherry. I don't know if you've had any before, but if you haven't, it's really fun. Chickens are they're a blast. They all have a personality. They're actually a lot prettier than I realized because there's so many different types of breeds. Good all around chicken for eggs and for meat. I think they do both well in the winter and in the summer with both hot and cold temperatures. I'm not so sure about these ones that we just got. That one right there, the lighter colored one, she's a Highline Brown, and I guess that's a commercial breed for chicken for egg layers. So I have some high expectations from her. And then the 2 new roosters, that one in the back that's dark, and then that guy over there. Wait, where'd he go? No, he's right there. He's right there. They are. Oh, look, and they're not fighting. Those two roosters aren't fighting. Yeah, they've already established the pecking order. You're gonna see the other video, and there was like some fighting going on, but everything's calmed down. I have to give the disclaimer because people that don't have chickens, they don't know that there's like the initial pecking order that gets established, and it looks kind of brutal at first if you don't know what you're looking at. But as you can see, things have calmed down. Anyway, the two roosters, they're both what's it called, Samani crosses. And Samanis are these type of chicken that are they're just like a jet black color from their beak to their combs to their feet. They're all black. It's like albino, but instead of being white, being black, just completely black. And that guy up there, so he's a Samani Cuckoo Marin cross, and then the other one is a Samani Easter, or not Easter, well, I guess you can call it Easter egger, but a Samani Americana cross. So, pretty cool. Melodolin, we used to have a chicken, but now we just have 4 poodles and 2 cats. Just one chicken? You gotta have multiple chickens. Betty Horn, hey, from my new home in Sarasota, Florida. Cool. It's always fun to go move to a new location. Most of the time, anyway. So I hope it's been good for you. Sherry Johnson, we haven't, but Neighbor's Chicken came to our stable business when we lived in New Mexico before life changed. Yeah, it's just like, it's really cool, you know. Excuse me. It's really cool that just having the ability to produce your own eggs, you know, it's just like you come out here and pretty much every day there's eggs. And I just think that's the coolest thing, especially with egg prices right now. And they're, you know, they're organic, they're farm fresh. Betty Horn says that her new place is great. Mildlin, my daughter brought the baby chicken home that they hatched at school, so we kept it. That thing was nuts, but laid almost 2 eggs a day. Cool. Um, so anyway, it's just great being able to produce eggs, and it's also great to be able to have meat, you know, just fresh chicken meat. Um, I have the idea of like getting a incubator at some point because I would really, really like to be able to hatch our own chickens. Um, but that's probably gonna be a little ways down the road. I'm hoping that maybe one of these hens will go broody, which means that they stay in their nesting box and basically sit on eggs and then hatch them. I'm hoping that that happens. My understanding is that that's a little bit more difficult to. It's not as like productive, you know, if you're wanting to hatch new chicks. But I would like it if that happened. Excuse me. And then, like I said on the other live stream, what we're wanting to do, we're gonna get more hens. Um, just for a couple reasons. One, we want to get different colored eggs. Not for any particular reason. It's just fun to have different colored eggs. They range from brown to pink to different shades of brown and pink to white to blue and green. So it's fun to kind of get like a rainbow of different colored eggs. But secondly, you know, these chickens are a little bit hard to tell apart. Not her so much because she has a lot of white compared to the other hens. Those ones are like more brown, you know. And so as you can see, you know, when you look at that hen up there, she just stands out because there isn't anyone like her in here. And so it'd be nice to just have, you know, hens of like all the different types, like not all the different types, but just individual, like one hen per breed. And I'm thinking that we're looking at maybe doubling the size of this flock and having 2 roosters and then something like 20 hens, something like that. And then that guy up there, he's probably going to be the one that we process for meat. He's not well, according to the lady that we got him from, he's not as what's it called? Like dominant as this one is, and I'd like to have, dominant um, roosters that protect and kind of keep order, because that's one thing that roosters do. JD says we had chickens at our old place. They need they need the space temperature wise. If they get too hot, they rip each other's feathers out, which do not grow back. Yeah. So far, we haven't had any temperature issues. This door right here, where it has like that like grating right there, that's actually like open so that air can come through. And so the coop usually stays at a pretty good temperature. Um, we haven't had any issues except for one. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was a buff Orpington, and they don't do so well in the heat. And I think one of them died because of the heat. Um, I can't be sure though. But yeah, our coop is pretty good. It's nice and spacious. And yeah. Hello. Um, so anyway, let's see. Betty Horn. I know nothing about chickens except my mom was afraid of them. Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of. You know, like pretty commonly there'll be like a chicken, a hen in one of the nesting boxes, and you'll go in, kind of lift her up and grab the eggs underneath, and like she'll peck you, but it doesn't really hurt. It's like if you like poked yourself with a pencil just moderately hard, it's like not worse than that. So, Sherry Johnson, our street is a chicken name, Barnevelder. Oh, is that like a type of breed? I'm kind of surprised how many different breeds there are of chickens. Melodlin, my dad hated chickens because as a child his job was to feed them on the farm. He said they always attacked him. He was happy when it was time to butcher. I don't know like what would cause them to be aggressive because I've seen that before. You have America's Funniest Home Videos on YouTube and you see aggressive chickens. I don't know if they're just like born that way with that temperament or whatever, but so far we've been just fine. We haven't had any aggressive chickens at all. Well, I'll say this: there are some breeds that are docile. Um, in fact, I think Cochins are docile, if I remember right. We had two Cochins, like big black hens, and they were really docile. And the Sussexes are pretty docile too. But I don't know about her. Again, those are a Highline Brown, and they are commercial layers. The guy that we got her from, he had like a bunch of them, just like a ton. But we just wanted to get one. And I think we've decided like we're not going to do chicks anymore. Um, just because I mean, there's like a bunch of different cons when it. What are you doing over there? Look at that crazy rooster. What are you doing? Um, because like with chicks, for one thing, you have like a given number of chicks, and you're probably going to have at least one that dies. There's like nothing you can really do about it. You do everything right, but it still dies. Um, Secondly, sexing them is difficult. So we've had it where like we ordered some chicks from a hatchery. It was McMurray Hatchery, and we were supposed to get, I think it was like two or three roosters, and then the rest of them were supposed to be hens. But guess what? There were more roosters than just that. It's because it's kind of hard to sex them. So when you buy them as an adult, you already know what you're getting. You don't have to go through the whole process of doing like the chick feed. A lot of people do like medicated chick feed. And you just like bypass all that. And then you also bypass the waiting game. You can just skip straight to uh, chickens that are laying like her. You know, she's already laying. So, um, yeah, and it's a bummer when you want a specific breed of chicken because if you get them as a hen, say that you just want one, like you want one barred rock. Well, you have to hope that that barred rock survives. And then if it doesn't, then you have to start all over again and probably wait until you buy another batch of chicks. Um, so anyway, I love chicks. Chicks are really cute. They're adorable. And who knows, maybe we'll do it again in the future. But as of right now, we're just gonna basically customize our flock and just buy adults and get exactly what we want. Um, get them at the age that we want them and the sex that we want them and all that stuff. So let me check the chat. Um, let's see. JD, the golden comets are more docile. Yeah, I've seen those. We haven't had a golden comet yet, but it's very possible that we'll get one. Betty Horn, my mom's job was to collect the eggs, but that's when she was about 4, and that was about 100 years ago. I love collecting the eggs. It's fun. Every single time when you see an egg, it's like yes. Let's see, sack of soft food. I love how you're chilling in the coop. Smiley face. Looks like chicken heaven. Looks great. Yep. See, and that's another reason why we decided to move our chickens in here because they were in a smaller shed that you could use as like a garden shed or whatever. But there's just not very much room in there for you, you know, for me to like just sit and spend time with them. And I think what we're gonna do, like I said in the video that I'm about to put out, we're mostly gonna keep them in here and maybe let them out once or twice a week so that they can get fresh bugs and get a little bit of rocks and dirt in their system because they're supposed to like swallow a certain amount of rocks and dirt because it helps them digest their food. Uh, I think we're gonna do that. If we were to let them out like every single day, it'd be like it was before, where they start venturing further and further. And unfortunately, since we're in town, they would go over here to the church property just right next to us, or they'd like cross the street and go to our neighbor's house. And I've heard what we've researched is if you kind of like if you keep them in the coop, uh, and don't let them out so much, they stay closer to the coop and they don't wander so much. And that was like a really big problem that we were having. So I think that'll work out. But before this point, we always just let them out every single day, and we kind of relied on the electric fence to kind of keep them in, but it doesn't really work that well because in order for the electric fence to shock you, you basically have to complete the circuit from the wire to the ground. And the problem with chickens is that their feathers insulate them, and so it's harder for them to get shocked. So it kind of did the job a little bit, but I think that this is going to be the best solution. We definitely want to use this coop. It's bigger. It's easier to access um, the nesting boxes for us. Uh, we have these roosting bars here, which they're too big to move into that shed, and there's just plenty of room for just like an entire flock. We also have this gate. Like for some reason, the guy before he had this extra gate, even though there's not really anywhere to put it. And sometimes they roost over there. They like to roost up there, like at the top of these like shelves at the very top, you know. So there's just like plenty of room in here, and I think it makes for some pretty happy chickens. So it's awesome. And another place that they really like to go is on those shelves right there. That's like a favorite spot with any given chicken that we've ever had. Let's see, Green Tree. Can you make a video about the unpardonable sin, denying the Holy Ghost and sons of perdition? Maybe, possibly. Daniel Werner, what is on the floor? Sawdust? No, it's pine shavings. just pine shavings. So, um, oh yeah, the thing with the bedding on the floor, what was it that Jenica said? Because like what we did is I guess like during wintertime when it's really cold, you don't really change it out. You let it kind of like cake, and it like adds to the insulation of the coop and keeps it warmer. But in spring and summer and fall, every so often we'll just like clean it all out and put down some new pine shavings. And then we were gonna use some of the old hay that we have outside for the nesting boxes, but that hay is actually kind of old, and we just thought it'd be better just to go ahead and buy a bit or a square bale of straw and use that for their nesting box bedding. I wonder how long he's going to stay up there for. So at this point, I think it's pretty clear that he maintained his dominance over the coop. You know, in that rooster, he is a bigger dude, but I don't know. He just maybe he was just like feeling really confident. You know, this was his home before. This was his flock. These were his girls. So it seems like he came out on top. And then, you know, just as other times have shown, over time, they're going to get more comfortable with the rest of the flock and they're going to start to integrate. But it takes some time. Probably take a few days. Daystead, there's nothing wrong chickens wanting to go to church. Well, it's a Pentecostal church. See, so if anything, we'll have to bring them to our ward. Glenda, Glenda Wheeler, they look fat and happy. Yeah, I think they are. I definitely think they are. We're feeding them dog food right now because, like, I don't know how much I believe this, but there were people saying that the feed that they sell right now, it's making it so that hens aren't laying eggs because they're putting something in it. And so we had some people here in town say switch to some other food like dog food. And the problem is, like, when they were in the other coop, I know that they were laying eggs, but because we didn't really like to go in that coop and it was hard to reach the eggs, I didn't really keep on top of how much they were producing. Um, so we're gonna stick, I guess, with the dog food for right now until this is empty, and then once it is, we're gonna put in regular, like layer feed. Like they have different types of chicken feed. One is for egg layers, so we'll put that in here, and then see if that's true. And if they stop laying eggs, then I don't know. I guess we'll go back to dog food or something. Yep. But yeah, see, I love it because these new chickens, they have somewhere to escape. You know, because if this was like a smaller area, um, they wouldn't really be able to get away like what they are right now. That one right there, that one right there, and then him right there. So it allows them to be comfortable and in a safe place while they're integrating into the flock. Dayston, I'd love to have chicken someday. Marie Wheeler, hello from Tuba City, Arizona, the western edge of the Painted Desert along the route of the Honeymoon Trail. Cool. I've never been there, but when we were living in Arizona, we went to a bunch of different places. Pretty much everywhere, you know. We went to the Marine Corps base down southwest. Where is that? It's by what's that place called? Yuma. Yeah, Yuma. Been to Sierra Vista, been to Flagstaff. We never got to the Grand Canyon though while we were there, which is a shame. But man, we really explored Arizona. Jenica, my wife, is from Lake Havasu. That's in the northwest part of Arizona, kind of close to Vegas. It's a kind of like a party town. You know, they have a lake up there, and it's known for kind of wild behavior. A lot of desert rats up there. There he is. There's the king. I just love rooster tail feathers. They're just gorgeous. I feel like he's a really good looking rooster. I'm really happy about about him. So yeah, I don't think that we're ever going to get rid of him until he gets old. And I'm thinking that we're going to keep him up there, most likely. And these will be our two roosters. Him, I think we're definitely going to go ahead and process for meat. And then we're thinking about picking up 3 more roosters tomorrow for meat. And unless one of them are just like really, like we really like them better than him, he'll probably remain uh, the secondary rooster of this coop. The haystack. Did you hear about President Nelson getting a peace prize? Yeah, that did. I did notice that. I was checking the church website. I didn't read the story, but that's really cool. Oh, he decided to come down. What's going to happen? Is someone going to fight him? What's going to happen? I'm scared. No, it's okay. The lady told us that between the 2 roosters that we got today, he is like the more submissive one. And I think that has to do with his size. So he was the more submissive one to him. And I think that he's already pretty well trained well trained in how to be submissive. So that's probably why he's not really getting in a fight. If you see my other video that I'm about to put out, I didn't see him really getting in any fights. Like he already knows his place. He's already trained. He already knows that he's a beta male, and that's the best that life's gonna get for him. He's like, I know, I know, I know. Gosh, some of these hens are pretty aggressive, or they've been aggressive to these newcomers. Well, I wonder if she's gonna get in one of the nesting boxes, lay an egg. Come on, you can do it. Go lay an egg. I really want her to get in one of those nesting boxes. I wonder if they would do it while I'm here. Okay, let's check what's in the chat. The haystack, I got to build a coop this year. Well, you better get on that. Sherry Johnson, I was raised in Eloy, Arizona till I was 10, then Las Vegas. Eloy is between Tucson and Casa Grande, where I was baptized. We have a friend that lives in Casa Grande. Melody, I had a hard time eating the chickens we butchered after cleaning them. When we cooked one, I just couldn't unsee butchering it. I'd make a terrible pioneer. Well, I mean, I don't know. In my case, it was maybe hard with like the first one, but after that, I felt pretty desensitized. So, Sherry Johnson, Melody, I was that way when we raised meat rabbits. Just couldn't do it. Daniel Werner, are the milk crates where they lay eggs? Yeah. Yeah, those are their nesting boxes. Yeah, we're kind of like conducting an experiment right now where, okay, so the way that this coop was before, because we originally had our flock in here. Those nesting boxes were on top of those ones. So basically we had like a double-decker thing of nesting boxes, right? But now that we moved them back here, we took that the top level off because they weren't really using those because they couldn't get in them very easily. And we moved them over there and turned them right side up so that you could enter through the top. And there have been a bunch of eggs in those ones. And then there's been a few over here. So we're just kind of like testing to see which way they like better. Typically, excuse me, typically hens like to be like in a dark, kind of like confined private place. And so that's why you see like we have like little curtains right there. But there's light that comes in through the back. So we might have to like take care of that light back there and put something back there like some wood or something like that. And maybe if we do that, maybe they'll start using those ones more. So we just have to keep kind of like tweaking it. We did have like these pre-made nesting boxes that you nail to the wall. And we used to have like two in that space right there. And they work great, but I figure that we'll just like sell them, see if anyone will buy them, and just stick with the milk crates. Because the milk crates do just fine. Now the two roosters are together, staying away from everybody else. And she is also doing the same thing. I'll be curious to see if tonight if they end up staying right over here or if they'll join everybody else over there on the roosting bars. I'm guessing that they're probably going to stay over here though. I think this is going to be their safe place. Ben Nichols shared 12 Book of Mormons with the QR code link. Ben, if you don't mind, will you put that, like copy that and then paste it, or just put a new comment in one of my other videos? It doesn't matter which video, just put it, because it's easier for me to find those comments when they're in the comments rather than the chat. So if you don't mind, or just shoot me an email, whatever is easier for you. Marie Wheeler, you have a big chicken coop. Was that a barn that was converted to a coop? No, this was well, the guy before us, he was just kind of using this as like a kind of like a workshop. There's a bunch of just junk and stuff in here. But as you can see, he already had this thing made to where you could put feed through that open area to feed the cows. So it's really cool. It made it really easy for us. Like everything was already customized and already set up. We already had a fenced property. Like everything was just ready to go. So we use these openings right here to feed the cows. But I still have to like kind of like make a thing over here where I'm gonna cut a line going horizontal parallel to the top and bottom, and then I'm gonna put another thing of this poultry netting over it so I can like get a scoop out of here and then put it through there and keep it kind of like covered so the chickens don't make their way out. So yeah, it's just really cool. And then you have like that window right there, and then you have like that opening in the door, and then you have those windows so you can like see out to the cows without having to go out there, like if you don't feel like going out. It's just a really, really cool setup. It's like perfect, basically. Ben Nicholas says, can do. Greetings from Vegas. Great. Thank you, Ben. That'll make it so much easier. Yeah, I couldn't do this in my old coop. You know, and I feel like I just get to spend more time with the chickens, especially like at nighttime when they're all up on those roosting bars right there, because then they're like, you know, the same level as you, like up to your chest and head and stuff like that, so you can see them better. This is just a much better setup. I feel like the whole time that they were in the other coop, like we might as well have not have even had a flock, really. It was just a lot more, I guess, isolating. Oh, there's one of the hens up there by the two new roosters. But she's leaving them alone. I wonder if she's looking to go into one of the nesting boxes. Nope. Oh, she's just going to hang out with the two new guys. And she's just still over there. Be nice. No one's gonna like you if you're like that, you stupid idiot. She's like trying to be friends with you. Are you dumb? Jennifer Steve. Oh, see, look. You're able to join this time, Jen. You guys, this is Jennifer Stevens. She's the one that has the Fire Poppy blog and YouTube channel. She says, that is really cool setup. Lucky chickens. Yeah, I think I'd be happy if I was a chicken. If this was my place. Like, it's nice and big and spacious. You get fresh air both from up there and through these spaces right here on both sides. So it's just really good. Let's see. Jen Stevens says, I worked today. I was able to get on. Not sure why it works only sometimes. That's weird. Ben Nichols, we have chickens and bunnies. Don't care for the bunnies. Kids are too attached to process them. Yeah. We haven't processed any of our cows yet, but I'm kind of worried about when we do because they're kind of attached to the cows. Well, they're not cows, they're steers. Let's see. Betty Horn, I'll have to shoot a video of the ducks and little ducklings swimming in the pond outside my apartment. Yep. We used to have ducks, but like we used to have all the farm birds. We had guineas, we had ducks, we had of course chickens. Okay, what did I say? Okay, ducks, guineas, turkeys, and then we had one goose. And it was fun. It was a fun experience, but like with chickens, for example, both chickens and geese, they're just like really messy because they have to have water and they splash and when they eat, you know, they get like feed all over the place, and so do the turkeys. Um, we may do a turkey again, possibly, because I have this dream of like having a fresh turkey for Thanksgiving. So turkeys are still a possibility, but like geese and ducks, they're just like too messy. And you know, you do get eggs from them, and the eggs are just fine. I like the eggs, but I just don't feel like they're worth it. And then guineas, uh, they're fun to have, but I don't feel like there's a whole lot of purpose behind having them either, uh, other than just having them as pets. And not much more. And they're loud. Guineas are loud, which isn't really an issue for us here because our neighbors are far enough away, but they're loud. So, yeah, we may just get a turkey at some point, but that's it. Jennifer Stevens, how many chickens total do you have? So, before we got these three, well, let me think. So we had 10, so now we have 13. And then once we process that guy, we'll be back down to 12. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to go ahead and get 3 more roosters, but we're going to process them too. And then we're just going to kind of slowly build up our hens and get like a nice mix of different breeds of hens. And I think we're going to shoot for maybe 20 total, like 20 to 22 total flock size. Marie Wheeler, where are your turkeys? Did you butcher the turkeys? I have turkeys. The turkeys that we did have, we never ended up butchering any of them. We just sold them. We just kind of got tired of them. We were stressed out a little bit, and so we sold them. There was one time where we were a little tight on cash, and so we were just like, you know what, we'll get rid of the turkeys. They just eat a bunch of feed, and we're nowhere close to Thanksgiving, and we're not going to butcher them anytime soon. So we just sold them. So if we get another turkey, it'll probably be a little bit later this year. And I love turkeys, especially the toms. Toms are, if you don't know, toms are the males because they're the ones that have like they fan out their feathers, and it's just like it's so pretty. You know, you have the, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think you pronounce it Narenset, but even though it's spelled like Narragansett, but those are like the classic Thanksgiving looking turkeys that are like brown. I love them, and I love them when they fan out their feathers. But there's other types too. You have like plain white ones that are, I think they're called wide-breasted turkeys. I don't know. And then you have these other turkeys that are white and they have just like a single black stripe that goes across their tail feathers. I like those too. And there's like a few other breeds. I'm not too up to speed with my turkey breeds, but all we've ever had is the Narangan set or whatever, and then the white-breasted, the white broad-breasted, or whatever the heck they're called. What? You got a problem with me? You want to do something about it? Let's go. What are you going to do? Like, what? It's only now that you're noticing that I've been here? I've been here this whole time. And so have they. Whatever. Right? You're a fool. Betty Horn. There are a lot of wild turkeys here in Florida. Yeah, we have a bunch here in Kansas too. We have a bunch. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up, but before I do, oh gosh. Yeah, I was here for too long. I've out-welcomed my stay. Let's see if there's any new eggs over here. Nope. And then there are 4 from when I did my first video. I'm going to publish that in just a little bit here. But Jenica left them out here. I don't know which one. Oh, here they are. So they got those 4. I don't know if there's any other ones. No, okay, so we just got these 4. So I'm going to take these in. These are the ones from the previous video. And yeah, so thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to see if I can get a video done for today, just like a regular video. And yeah, you guys take care.